Trump had all the power in the show that takes an hour. Donald Trump sat down for an interview with 60 Minutes for the first time in 5 years, and I wonder if they asked him what he hoped to accomplish in the next 3 years.
What do you hope to accomplish in the next 3 years?
Well, I hope I can have the same year that we had. Look, we have been acknowledged to have the greatest 9 months. You know, it's 9 months. The greatest 9 months in the history of the presidency. So if I can keep that going, I'll be very happy.
You know, I think he's underselling it. That's always been his problem. Not enough confidence. They also asked about the DOJ's cases against Trump's old foes. Comey, John Bolton, Letitia James. Weren't they all recently indicted?
James Comey, John Bolton, Letitia James were all recently indicted. There's a pattern to these names. They're all public figures who have publicly denounced you. Is it political retribution?
You know what? You know who got indicted? The man you're looking at. I got indicted, and I was innocent. And here I am because I was able to beat all of the nonsense that was thrown at me. And yet, when you go after a dirty cop like Comey, or a guy like Bolton, who I hear has, I don't know anything about it. I hear he took records all over the place, who knows? Letitia James is a terrible, dishonest person, in my opinion.
No objections here. He should have, though. He should have said, what has two thumbs and's been indicted? We then learned that Mr. P doesn't like being compared to Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani, but he is a communist, not socialist.
He's the
communist, not socialist, communist. He's far worse than a socialist.
Some people have compared him to a left-wing version of you, charismatic, breaking the old rules. What do you think about that?
Well, I think I'm a much better-looking person than him, right?
Kennedy, there you got it. The introduction of the some people.
Yeah, some
Is there like
people.
a planet where all the some people live
Yeah.
and they just say the things that the reporter is too scared to say?
One of the most famous instances of that is one of my all-time favorites. And it was when Diane Sawyer sat down with Lisa Marie Presley and Michael Jackson. And she was like, some people are saying you two don't have intercourse. Is there anything you'd like to address to some people who would say something so awful, Michael and Lisa Marie? And they're like, yeah, we're boning all the time. Like, it's amazing. So I was trying to figure out why he was going back on 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
Because he was really upset with them for, you know, when he's been on in the past with Leslie Stahl, and obviously the selective editing of the Kamala Harris interview that, you know, it appeared like 60 Minutes was trying to tip the scales in her favor. And so I was like, man, he must need a new wing of the Trump Presidential Library, because last time he had a 60 Minutes head-on collision, they had to donate $16 million to his presidential library for the Kamala editing fiasco.
Yes.
So, and he knew Norah O'Donnell is not going to be like, you know, it's not like she's a turning point leader at her alma mater. You know, she's part of the liberal opposition. So he was hoping that she would either say something that would put her in legal jeopardy, or that they would just run screaming.
It felt to me like one of those victim-offender mediation things that they do with restorative.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've never been part of one of those. Let me guess, you were the victim.
Yes, I was, as always. Jamie, some people say that you're not talented.
Okay, I feel like I've met a lot of those people.
What did you make of his attitude? Like, coming out of the box there.
Yeah.
He was like a cross between Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro. He's like, ugh. He was like, like, it seemed like he had flipped the tables on the media, and they now have to be on their toes.
Yeah, and he comes in on the defense for good reason because of what he's experienced. And I was confused because the show is called 60 Minutes, and they only aired 27 minutes of that interview, and there's even like a clock in the corner.
Yeah.
They could have looked at. That would be like if they had a show called The View and there was nothing to look at. But I get it. I do understand showing people only the parts you want them to see. That's why I wear a T-shirt in the swimming pool. But it's this parts they cut out the thing about the lawsuit with CBS. They cut out when they asked him, like, will you run for a third term? I would have liked to see that stuff. I'm curious why they cut that stuff out. By the way, when I was being born, a lot of people thought I didn't deserve a third term.
A little abortion humor there. Everybody loves that stuff. Actually, it was a pro-life joke. Kat, what say you? Do you like it? Do you like the way he handles 60 Minutes?
Well, no, he does he does many people are saying, right?
Yes.
Or the use of the passive voice where he said, we have been acknowledged as having the best 9 months. You know, and I think that he does this stuff because he just for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Like he likes being on television. He wants to be on TV, and he you know, he's quick when he's like, oh, you like Zoran Mondampi? He's like, oh, I'm better looking. But I think that there actually are a lot of comparisons between the two of their campaigns because nobody ever thought that Trump was going to be elected president. And, you know, he just constantly was online, on Twitter, and on social media, and he was kind of memeable, and people were into it. But, I mean, what's he going to do when he's not president anymore? Like, truly, he's going to have to find some other reasons to be interviewed every day, all day, because this is...
Trump, exclamation point, after Gutfeld. Yeah.
I mean, they do have a lot in common.
Yeah.
They're both the spawn of very wealthy parents whose families have massive multi-million-dollar compounds. So, you know, maybe there's more to this comparison than I thought.
Tom, you have quite the grin on that little scary face of yours. Hate to wake up to that. Jeez. That over your bed.
There are so many good clips in this interview, and you selected some of them, but there was other gems in there as well. My favorite one in the whole interview was when she asked him about his latest pardon, and it was this crypto guy. I didn't know about this crypto guy, but apparently she read all the things he was accused of, and she said, why do you pardon him? And he said, ready for this? I have no idea who he is. He said his sons are into crypto. He says, my sons are really into crypto, but I'm too busy to, I have no idea who he is, but, you know, people said that it was, that he was railroaded, so he pardoned him.
Yeah.
So just give it. That is my favorite answer ever. He will just say up until this time, my favorite thing he ever did was when he was at the deposition for the E. Jean Carroll.
Yes.
And she read the Access Hollywood. We all know what he said on that tape because they played it ad nauseum. She read his quote, and then she said, did you say that? And he said, historically, that's true. And then my favorite part, he said, unfortunately, or fortunately.
Yes, it never gets any more fun every. So Grokipedia's arrival is as big as Elon's Twitter takeover. Grok isn't powered by pink-haired unemployables. It's run by AI. So there are no thumbs on the scale because there are no thumbs, period. And it terrifies Wikipedia the way a mirror frightens Katie Porter. Yeah. They're cracking as we speak. In less than a week after Grokpedia went live, Wikipedia accused it of right-wing bias. And why? Because for the first time, the mob can't edit the truth. Now, Musk challenges Wikipedia's monopoly on facts. And that's why they call it right-wing. Because these days, right-wing is what the rest of us call reality. Let's welcome tonight's guest. Halloween's over, but he's still white as a ghost. Fox News contributor Tom Shalhoub. She went from third eye blind to legally blind. Host of the Kennedy Saves the World podcast, Kennedy. In high school, he was voted most likely to be a burden on society. Actor, writer, and comedian Jamie Lissow. And after the race, marathon runners tried to give her a blanket. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor Kat Tiff. Tommy, do you use Wikipedia a lot?
Oh yes, and it is it's such an unadulterated left-wing website, and that's the problem. There's so many other websites and AI, including ChatGPT, all the popular AIs, Google, ChatGPT, they rely on Wikipedia.
Yes.
And Wikipedia is that you think it's going to be good because it's like, oh, it's volunteers. But all the volunteers are complete educational hierarchy psychopaths.
Republicans don't volunteer for stuff that's useless.
Yes, exactly.
You know, you're not going to find a bunch of Republicans deciding to go work at Wikipedia.
Yeah.
They're going to do something in there. They're going to grow vegetables or something like that.
Yeah. So Grokpedia, and I love Elon because he's been going around promoting this Grokpedia on all the websites, and he's in competition, obviously, with Sam Altman from ChatGPT. Why are all the heads of these tech companies, they're such weirdos, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, Sam Altman is like, he obviously bought ChatGPT to have someone to talk to. And, you know, Zuckerberg is like, I created a social network so that I could connect with my friends. It's like, you have no friends, obviously. And Elon, obviously my favorite guy, but he seems definitely autistic too. I mean, he's like, oh, we want to get to Mars within 10 years. Dad lets me drive in the driveway. I like the way he says yes. Yes and yes and yes. I love just listening to him say
How
yes.
about the just the bursting of laughter that seems to go on forever?
No, exactly.
Kennedy.
You seem like you just pleasured yourself with that guffaw, Greg.
You didn't. My hands were present the entire time, Kennedy.
Making it all the more impressive.
Kennedy, thank you. Mind. It's the power of the mind. You would believe what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Okay. You must have a Wikipedia entry. That means you have a Grokpedia entry.
Yes.
I want people to understand, if you don't, you have to understand that Wikipedia is like, imagine somebody in high school that hated you so much. Turns out they're going to be in charge of your Wikipedia page. That's what Wikipedia is. It's the person who hates you that runs it. Is this a big deal to you, the Grokpedia?
It is a big deal because there has to be a basis for lazy journalists to turn to. And so Wikipedia was like, well, we've been powered by humans for 25 years.
Yes.
And Grokpedia is like, well, we just took everything you've ever done, and that's the basis of what we're doing. And now we're going to build on that exponentially for the next 4 weeks and have 20 trillion times more information than you ever could.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're seeking information, that seems to be a pretty great thing. I was happy to see in Grokpedia that I am no longer romantically linked to the late Screech from Saved by the Bell, which had plagued me for quite some time.
Is that real? Was that, because there's weird stuff in Wikipedia pages like that.
Yes. Was it real? We went on a date for a teen magazine back in 1993 when he was 16 years old, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
But we never romantically coupled.
Yes.
We did not kiss. We did not make body congress. There was no first, second, third base, nor did he hit a home run.
Do you think
there were no sports metaphors of any kind?
You know what? Maybe that's why he passed on.
Yes, exactly right.
I blame you for
Couldn't have it, so it's like,
I blame you for Screech's death. I hope that ends up in Wikipedia. You know what, Jamie? Do you have a Wikipedia page? I don't think you do. You're not famous enough. You know, the people in this audience barely know you. In fact, that was polite applause.
And his wife is in the audience.
Yeah. You know what's weird? The audience doesn't know me, and I introduced myself to everyone moments ago. I grokked myself this afternoon.
Oh, really?
Is that what we're supposed to say? We grok. That sounds kind of dirty. It sounds like what Greg just did without his hands moments ago. This is kind of embarrassing. I went on Grokpedia and I wrote in Jamie Lissow comedy, and it said Jamie Lissow comedy does not exist. And I was like, well, it's accurate.
Did you not go to the? Did you go to the Grok AI or Grokpedia?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea.
Yes.
I will say though, thank goodness for like what he did with Twitter. He's doing with. There was a moment when I was younger and I thought Wikipedia was just true.
Yes.
I thought it was just like an insight. I didn't know that it was even being preyed upon by I had no idea. I remember Wikipedia, I almost died once because of Wikipedia. I was going to Florida and they go, hey, there's a bunch of alligators outside your hotel. And so I was nervous and I looked up, what do you do if you run into an alligator? I went on Wikipedia and it said you zigzag away when you see, and guess what? Alligator wrote that. Went in there and edited it. I'm all in. I want the Grokpedia. I would be cool with Tick Grok, whatever he wants.